The COVID-19 pandemic has made an impression on today's students that will last their entire lives. This is due to 2 years of social isolation, remote learning, face masks, and our politics. For students, we wonder when life will return to the normal we once knew. COVID-19 has also made an impression on the United States economy. For example, unemployment rates have gone up, and there's been a decrease in staffing for many companies. This podcast will feature how COVID has caused a student's negative consequences for a student's abilities to learn and can be observed in subjects such as mathematics, where studies have shown standard deviation drops. The impacts of school shutdowns and student isolation can also be measured in numerous research studies that show some students are up to 2 years behind academically. Not surprisingly, these numbers are alarming and potentially demoralizing, especially given the heroic efforts of students to learn and educators to teach in incredibly trying times. COVID-19 has made a devastating impact on today's students, especially in their ability to learn. In some areas of the country, students are 1 to 2 years behind grade level. This is especially significant in areas of poverty. Some experts are calling the students of this era the lost generation. For example, standardized test scores have fallen, especially in mathematics, between fall of 2019 and fall of 2021. Many school districts are trying to fill the gap through summer learning programs, but are having difficulty finding staff. There are widening test score gaps between low and high poverty schools. This might mean the pandemic has effects on educational equality and how we succeed in the classroom. The economy has had effects on the supply chain, gas prices, and the cost for everyday items. Here to talk about how COVID has affected our economy is Adrian Demerville.
The pandemic has affected us in many ways, most importantly our economy. It has affected how we spend our money at places such as the grocery store and at gas stations. Because of this, Americans have felt these challenges again and again. Because of COVID-19 pandemic, the economy has spiked down due to the amount of people who got sick, got fired, or released from their jobs, and people who are stuck quarantined in their homes. From 2011 all the way to 2020, studies predicted that the employment rate would rise from 59% to 60%. Turns out to be the employment rate had spiked down from 59% to 50%. Americans wonder what will happen with the economy in the future. We still don't know whether or not it'll spike right back up or right back down. Most of us have never lived through a pandemic before, and there's no accurate way to predict how it'll affect the future of education. We don't know how students will adjust to the new normal of education. We will also never know how the economy will be after this time, especially with the whole gas prices going up.